Welcome back. Daybreak time is 5:46. Taking a look at health news. When going out to eat, it can be hard to choose healthy options, especially for kids. But a new proposal could make that a little bit easier. Dan Cohen joins us live in the newsroom with more.
Good morning and thank you, Abby. So that's completely right. A new proposed bill could help improve the nutritional value of restaurant meals for kids. Specifically, the Healthy Happy Meals bill being considered in New York City Council will require kids' meals to include a serving of fruit, vegetables, or whole grain. They would also have to be less than 500 calories with limited amounts of saturated fats, sugars, and sodium. Now, right now, researchers say that 98% of kids' meals don't meet this criteria, and they estimate the bill would result in a 9% drop in calories for each meal. A new study reveals that even short bursts of exercise can help kids' health. Researchers had healthy, normal weight children do 3 minutes of moderate intensity walking every half hour during a 3-hour sitting period. The kids showed lower levels of blood sugar and insulin compared to days when they sat for 3 hours with no exercise. Experts say that even minimal activity may help prevent children against diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. A new government report shares early release information on Americans' health based on the most recent data. It shows at the beginning of this year, the percentage of uninsured Americans was 9.2%, and that was down from 11.5% in 2014. Smoking rates also fell to just over 15% in March, which is a 1.5% drop from last year. And the report found that no significant improvements in Americans' levels of physical activity. There was also little change in obesity rates, as well as the percentage of people with diabetes and asthma. Also in your health news, back-to-school anxiety is very common. Now, according to a new study, 53% of parents say that schoolwork or homework is stress for their kids. But for parents, it's the big transition that can cause the most anxiety, like heading off to kindergarten for that first time. Dr. Frank McGeorge takes a look.
Welcome back.
Good morning, Dan. How you doing?
Well, you're blocking the tree, but the tree looks really good right there.
The tree does look really good. It's a beautiful morning in the middle of Hawaii, despite the fact that it's raining out there.
A little bit.
It's very warm.
But what makes it a great morning?
It's bow tie MOV day.
It's Thursday, baby.
That's right. It is Thursday.
We got to call you out, though. You guys have gotten a little lackadaisical with the pictures,
That's
everybody.
Right. We get a lot of pet pictures. So today we're going to feature one of them.
And he came in nameless, so I'm thinking Dwayne, maybe?
Dwayne.
Not sure.
Right.
I love the tongue, though.
Dwayne,
she's hanging out.
Bulldog looking. But yeah, we need some actual human beings for Bowtie MOV. Let's get some more of those pictures in, guys.
So we start with one of the top highlights from the college basketball season so far. And yes, I'm talking about that mammoth bench. If you haven't seen them yet, check this out. We start with them with the read the name on the back of the jersey, but of course he's still wearing his warm-up. They have reenacted the Hunger Games, waved to teammates, used a defibrillator to bring back a teammate to life, and taken a picture with the big fish. They've thrown football passes, and of course, you have to use the air hoop to dunk it in. Now, Tuesday against Georgetown, they raised the bar with the soccer airplane, a little knee dancing, but the big one of the night was Michelangelo's Creation of the Atom that's on the top of the Sistine Chapel. The Hawks also added the craze going around called dabbing, brought to the forefront by Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton.
The first step is knowing what to look for. What signs might be there but are slipping through the cracks?
Forgetfulness is very common, but a lot of us just assume that with old age. Things in their short-term memory, their long-term memory is still very good.
Here, when they're admitted to the facility, there's usually been some incident, whether it's a fall, an injury, a trauma.
Many families have a tough time letting go of a loved one. They have a tough time putting a family member in a community home. Marietta Center tries to show it is not a mistake.
We just try to reassure them that this is what's best. I mean, it's not what's best in every situation, but usually if they're here and they're looking, it's probably time.
The goal of the facility is to keep people active, keep them functional, and let them enjoy whatever time they have left, however long that may be.
Other families say that they are financially strapped and are just getting by the way they are.
Usually if a family doesn't think they can afford a place like this, then we start looking into Medicaid. And our business office manager actually meets weekly with Medicaid so that she can check up on the applications, check on the progress of everything. So we offer help in that department.
By putting a loved one in a 24-hour-a-day facility, the Alzheimer's family member does not just get the care they need, but the environment they can enjoy.
We go on outings once in a while. We'll take country rides. We'll take maybe a small group of them to a restaurant to eat.
Multiple times a day, the residents are all brought into a room. They might kick a beach ball back and forth. They sing songs. They watch old movies. They read or read to, and just keep them stimulated.
For a family, it is important to realize the burden of becoming a full-time caregiver.
I guess the first thing I would say to families is it's okay to be tired. It's okay not to know what to do.
Dan Cohen, WTAP News, Marietta.
It's also important to remember that by admitting to a family member to the center, you're not actually giving up on them. Now, the Marietta Center is just one of many facilities in the Middle Ohio Valley that treats and cares for Alzheimer's patients. That's your morning health news. Let's send it back to Abby in the studio.